Hi, I'm Russell Trischuk, Regional Technical Services Manager and Technical Lead for InVigor Canola. Today, Leighton Blaschko and myself are here to talk about clubroot and how we can work together to manage its impact in your fields, because the future of the canola industry needs to be the top priority for both growers and BASF. Clubroot is an ever-evolving disease that has the potential to challenge any canola growing acre once introduced. It is important for all canola growers to stay up to date with the latest information, technology, and for everyone to implement the strongest integrated pest management plan.
An effective integrated pest management plan to minimize clubroot in your fields includes rotation, patch management, sanitation, weed control, scouting, and genetics. BASF recommends extending canola rotations to a minimum of one canola crop every 3 years when possible. This reduces the propagation of the pathogen responsible for clubroot. Making use of patch management when clubroot is first identified in a small area of the field is recommended. This means marking out at least 2 times the infected area and stopping any kind of traffic in and around this area. Canola roots with clubroot galls in this patch should be removed and burned to destroy spores. The next step can include liming the soil to increase the pH. Although this is still undergoing research, results are promising. After that, seeding a sod-forming grass in the patch can prevent the movement of spores and provide a break from canola. Once the sod is established, regular traffic over the grass can resume. Use sanitation to limit the movement of infected soil. This means knocking clumps of dirt off of equipment or blowing off harvesting machinery before leaving fields. In addition to these practices, have anyone who enters your field, yourself included, wear disposable boot covers. Disinfecting footwear with spray 9 or a bleach solution can also be used in place of disposable boot covers. Also, be sure to control volunteer canola and other brassica weeds that can act as hosts for the disease. Volunteers may not contain the same genetic resistance as your crop did. Scout to identify the presence of the disease. Look for areas where the crop is ripening prematurely and focus on field entrances or areas where water has moved soil. Any infected plants will show the characteristic galls on their roots. Utilize clubroot-resistant genetics as part of an IPM strategy. It's important we do not rely solely on genetics as our strategy to manage clubroot.
At BASF, we have 2 clubroot resistance genetic profile options, first and second generation resistant hybrids, to best suit your needs, and recommendations on how to get the most out of these profiles. And no matter which profile you choose, all InVigor clubroot-resistant hybrids have been developed to be resistant to the most predominant clubroot pathotypes found in Canada at the time of their registration.
First-generation clubroot-resistant hybrids contain resistance genetics that were initially deployed to combat the original clubroot pathotypes reported in Canada prior to appearance of new pathotypes in 2013. We recommend growing first-generation hybrids if clubroot is a growing concern in your area. We strongly recommend starting with first-generation hybrids and scouting thoroughly for symptoms prior to growing second-generation hybrids. Second-generation clubroot-resistant hybrids contain additional sources of resistance, designed with multiple genes so that they are effective against a wider range of pathotypes, as well as all of the pathotypes covered by first-generation hybrids. BASF recommends growing second-generation hybrids after 2 cycles of first-generation hybrids, or if clubroot symptoms appear, whichever comes first.
By following our recommendations on how to best deploy these profiles, we can help maintain our genetic tools for as long as possible. At BASF, we want canola to be an important crop on your farm today and for many, many years to come. For more information on anything we talked about and the complete InVigor hybrid canola lineup, visit agsolutions.ca/InVigor.